Good morning, everybody. Lee Brower here, and welcome to this week's edition of Meaningful Monday. I am grateful to be here. I am glad to be here. Last week, we challenged ourselves to explore what limitations do we have, what perceptions do we have in our lives that are limiting us. If you recall, we talked about the story of the cookies and the story of Gandhi and losing his shoe, and the perception between those two people. So what perceptions do you have, or limitations do you have, self-imposed limitations or perceptions that are keeping you from becoming the you that you truly can become? Can I share an experience that I had that goes clear back to the 8th grade? In the 8th grade, we did a thing, it was the cultural event of the year. And it was usually an operetta or a play, and in this year it was an operetta. And the casting was set, and we were about 2 weeks away from the performance when the lead performer, the lead singer, developed meningitis. And it was definite he was not going to be able to perform. So they put out a casting call. I responded. I'd never really sung before, but somehow I got the part. And so with 2 weeks, I'm cramming, learning my lines, learning the singing, and about 2 days before the event, the day before the dress rehearsal, the choir director pulls me aside and says, "Lee, I think you're better off if you say the singing parts and we'll play the music behind it. I think it'll come across just as well or maybe better." What he was really saying in my mind is, "Lee, you can't sing." I took that feeling, that perception, that limitation with me, and I've carried it with me for the next 45 years or so. The event went off. I don't think anybody knew the difference, but it made a difference to me in my own self-limitations. I did not sing. Anybody asked me to sing? I can't sing. That was my perception. Fast forward, shortly after our son Nick passed away, Lori and I decided to get away. We went to a place called Miraval in Tucson, Arizona. And while we were there with some friends and others, they organized, a man by the name of, who's a friend of ours, Yakov Smirnov, organized a talent show. The night before the talent show, we had an event around a fire where we wrote down something in our lives that we wanted to get rid of. And I threw in there, I wanted to get rid of self-sabotage, or what I called limiting my own growth. I was my own enemy to my own growth, limitations that I put on myself. So I wrote that down, tossed it in. Next day, we were divided up into groups to do this talent show with people that we barely knew, or maybe didn't know at all. And so there was 5 of us trying to figure out what we were going to do. 1 girl and 4 guys. Maybe it's 1 girl and 3 guys. 4 of us. Trying to decide what we're going to do. And we talked about skits, and nobody could sing or play an instrument. And Lise, this French Canadian from Montreal, and now a friend of Lori and mine, wonderful woman. She says, "Well, I can sing a little bit." She says, "They say I have a sultry voice." So she started to sing Summertime. You know the song, "It's summertime and the living is easy." Yeah, okay, you know that one. "The fish are jumping," right. So anyway, she started to sing it, and we were going to do the bebop in the back. But when she started to sing, I just automatically came in and harmonized with her. And you know what? Everybody said that we should do it together. So I had already decided, no limitations, let's go for it. So I went in, we performed that night in front of a lot of people. We came in second. Not because of me, but because of her. But as far as I was concerned, I came in first for me. I had people coming up to me saying, "Lee, how long have you been singing? Did you ever sing professionally?" Yeah. Over 45 years. Over 45 years. What limitations do we put on ourselves? What limitations have you put on yourself? Being aware of our own perceptions sometimes will allow us to get rid of those limitations and achieve the growth, to achieve the happiness and the joy that we can experience by becoming the you that makes you, you. Thank you for letting me share this story with you. I look forward to talking to you next week. Have a meaningful week. Bye-bye.